embarrassing. You want me to pay for your...
I mean, it's our food for one, not just my food. Pay for everything so you can't look out for me one time.
I'm just a girl. I'm not going out with you no more. This is ridiculous.
Why you can't go out with me?
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So are you gonna get my money back when we get home?
Are you settling for less in your relationship? In this video, we're going to be reacting to men who refuse to date single moms and refuse to take women out on dates that do not deserve it. I don't want to hold you because it's Friday. Do me a favor, hit that like button, definitely share the video, and if this is your first time watching, hit that subscribe button. Let's get to it.
Not my kids, but you can't have any.
If you met an amazing woman, she's like super dope, super focused, and everything that you ever dreamed of a woman, if she has a child...
She gonna have a problem being focused on me.
Because she has a child?
If you a good mother, how you gonna focus on me? You got this kid, you gotta deal with
I
this
was
kid.
a great mother, and I met my husband when my daughter was 2, so I'm a great
but
mother.
listen,
there's a lot of great
that's
mothers
not me
out there,
saying-
and I stand with those mothers.
I think there are
and
amazing
say,
mothers out
We are
there.
very desirable, even with children.
Absolutely, but me personally, I'm not looking at
But
dates.
he's coming with kids.
No, my kids stay at home. I don't bring my kids on a date.
Wait,
What do you
so
mean
this
I'm
whole
coming with
time-
kids? These kids is at home.
But this goes to show you like how men think.
Glad you're learning no man wants to help you fix your mistake with another man. History has shown that the first kid that a woman has with a man is the man that she really loves. And then after that, every other guy that she dates is just there to help her take care of her child, regardless if she says, I can take care of my kid by myself. No, that's just your pitch. Once a man gets good in the relationship, she wants him to pay the bills so she can take all of her money and do what she want to do for her and her. But that stepdad will never have any say so. And from that kid being spoiled, it's going to start creating drama in her relationship with him. This is why men are starting to smarten up. Men used to want single mothers, but nowadays, if you mess around and get trapped in, you're just entrapped into a whole world of drama.
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing well. Girl, my boyfriend and I booked us a flight on separate seats. Is there a way we can sit together? I love your voice, by the way.
But maybe when you get on, you can ask if y'all can lunch.
That's so crazy, ain't it? That is crazy. That you would book separate seats. You so cheap.
Y'all can...
Just to see. Can you believe it? She said, yeah.
Nah, I'm not buying no seat. I bought the seats up. So you just gonna have to sit where you sitting at. You sit where you sit at.
All right. Well,
Yeah, I ain't buying no
that's the
seat.
last.
She'd be okay, like, you know.
She can't even believe what you're saying. She really blown away.
It don't matter, man. You tripping like me. You on the same flight, so
You're on the same flight.
that's what I mean. So we going to the same place, get off at the same.
Which makes perfectly good sense because depending on the time that you buy the tickets, seats next to each other may not be available, especially if he just bought them a week ago. But you are going to the same place and the flight doesn't seem like it's going to be that long. You mean to tell me you can't be on the flight for at least an hour or 2 hours without being next to your man? You that insecure?
Stop playing with me. You already know. Look at me.
You always doing that, man. You know.
That's embarrassing, though. That's okay. He's sorry. That's so weird. Come on, man. I want some Popeyes.
You have to always turn around and try to satisfy these women based on how they feel for that moment. If you know you're going to the same place, there is no reason for you to be complaining and interrupting everybody's day so you get what you want.
I left my wallet.
Your wallet?
I left my wallet at home. Yeah. So either we gonna get back there and wash dishes, or you know what I'm saying, you can pay for it real quick.
Me?
Yeah.
Pay for all this? You got 5 things.
It might be like $200. Nothing crazy.
$200?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not paying that.
I got you.
You better call somebody to bring your wallet. I'm not paying
What are
that.
you talking about?
That's embarrassing. You want me to pay for your...
I mean, it's our food for one, not just my food. Pay for everything so you can't look out for me one time.
I'm just a girl. I'm not going out with you no more. This is ridiculous.
Why you can't go out with me?
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So are you gonna get my money back when we get home?
What?
I'm gonna pay for
Okay,
it. I'm not gonna go out like that.
Okay.
But I'm really irritated. It shouldn't be on a woman to pay no man.
If you guys have been dating for a time period and he has been paying for all the meals, you should automatically want to volunteer to pay just to show that you are in supportive of him. But you know you got him out here paying these bills and you still walking around during the day seeing if you could spot something better. So if you pay the bill, you're investing into the relationship. But if he pays the bill, then he invests into the relationship. And 9 times out of 10, he's the one that's going to come up short. Ladies, you want 50-50? Start doing 50-50. Don't scream, it's just a lady, whenever things start to get real.
At some point, you're going to want a man to take you serious. Yeah. And how many kids are you going to want him to take you serious
Right.
with?
I got 3. Out here with 3 kids trying to find a man that's like
got no kids.
You get what I'm saying? You got no kids, you can't find a man really with you. Not me having 3 kids. A man trying to find a man with me. You get what I'm saying?
So my friend, like, she has 2 kids. Both are like teenagers now, and like, the thing that I don't like is like when she dates guys and then they fall out. I be feeding you and your kids. Like, they be trying to throw it back in their face, and it's like, that's why I can only imagine how hard it is being a single mom.
It's not even like it is throw it back in your face, but it's like I said, expectations and it's the reality of the situation. Because the reality is, I could go deal with a woman that don't have no kids. You
100%.
and your kids. You need to be appreciative, because it's not easy for a man to look at some kids that's not his and be like, you know what? I'm gonna do that for these kids.
He's right. That's when she turns into weekend sex, because he'll only come over whenever the kids are asleep. But it seems like the more kids that women have, the higher their standards go, because they constantly have guys that want to sleep with them because they think they're sleazy, and all they do is just keep piling on children. What women need to learn how to do is just stop having kids, go on birth control, and wait till you find the right guy, and you plan to have a life. But we don't teach women this. We tell women, you should just prepare to be a single mother before they even meet the guy.
Because everyone was giving you attention in high school. I wasn't the best looking, and now you 40, 50, 60 pounds heavier with 3, 4 kids, 6 different baby daddies.
Okay.
And you think you want to come into my life? I'm living good. I'm spending money on what I want to spend on. You got no money because you have to spend money on 5 kids? Yeah, all right. What you got to say about that?
You don't got the salmon too? Like, for real? I know you had to eat, but what I'm saying is, like, you know how my budget is? Like we for like, I keep buying it. Hey, did you get my strawberry? Hell, no. Who is this? This is my friend. Okay, your friend? Who paying for her food? You are. No. Okay, no. I'm not. Listen, man.
No. If you want to be with a woman, Miss Robert, my friends come with it, so you need to buy her drink. She still want those Brussels sprouts?
She ain't getting no
If she wants salmon, she can get the salmon.
Giving her a selection of food is saying that I'm going to pay for the meal. This is what's throwing a monkey wrench into the game. As we try to teach men to be more prepared for women like this, they still allow their desperation to pay to be around women.
Rude, man. Like, somebody else is dying, and she's vegan. You know what? I'm gonna show you. Definitely. Y'all can own damn food. Y'all can pay for your own food.
At least she was vegan. You could have got her a cheap salad or something, but he did the proper thing. When women try to take your kindness for a weakness and you give her an inch and she aims for the mile, you have to get yourself out of the situation. And earlier, the better.
Since I have some awesome guys on TikTok right now listening, I'm thinking, may I have your opinion, please? What is it with men these days and not wanting to date? Do you guys have a fear of commitment? Is it the woman these days? Does it have anything to do with spending money on women? Does it have anything to do with trust issues? Maybe dating apps? Maybe you feel like there are endless options in terms of significant others? Please let me know in the comments.
How come women only talk like this when they're by themselves and they have no female friends, but as long as they're around their female friends, then all of a sudden they don't need men and they're happy to be single? Let me break this down to you, sweetheart, because I really don't know what planet you've been on. Society has conditioned men to watching P-Hub, made men weaker, so now men don't feel like they need to pursue women. But the weaker men are still giving you likes. They're still in your comments. They're still watching OF. So now you get the likes to feel pretty, to give you the confidence to get a man, but there's not that many real men out here that are checking for you, because all the real men are probably already married. Other men have walked away from dating or went overseas and found a wife more of their speed. When it comes to most women out here, you're still outnumbering men 3-1, but out of that 1, only a quarter of that 1 is actually available to be dating. Women, you've lost
almost $500 you ain't trying to sleep with me. Wait, what? Like, are you serious? Like, you're not finna sleep with me.
It's my birthday. That's the least you can do.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Yo, tripping, bro. I just paid this high ass bill, dog.
You told me to bring me and my friends.
Listen, listen, I can't do this, dog. I can't believe this. This bill's almost $500. You ain't finna go home with me. You're not finna go home with me, bro. I can't believe this shit, bro. What do you mean by that? I swear to God, that's embarrassing, bro.
I sent you the link. You look lucky.
Listen, you tell how much is billing me. I need you to sleep with me. I'm not playing with you. That's why I'm saying your ass tripping. You feel me, right?
Oh my God, bro.
At least he got her friends on his side. If I was him, I'll turn around and give the money to the friend because technically you only looking to clap cheeks.
Well, then y'all sleep together.
Man, hell no, yo, that shit, bro. I can't believe this shit, bro. Paint that high up, you ain't trying to sleep with me?
No, I'm not trying to sleep with you. I'm not going to sleep with you because you asked me. You said you want to take me out for my birthday and now you want me to sleep with you because my bill was for
Can't believe this. Hey, find your way home. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's the least you can do.
You asked me. You said you wanted to take me out for my birthday.
Listen.
You told me to bring
I'm fucking talking.
Ladies, this is what you have created. You have put a price on everything. Now men think all women want to be paid to clap cheeks or do some sucky. You can only blame yourself. Why? Because you put yourself out there as a thought to get attention, to make you feel pretty, to give you the confidence. But in the same breath, you've reconditioned the minds of men.
So I think you're very attractive.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you if you're single.
I am single.
You are single?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because I'm just focusing on work right now.
So you wouldn't have time to put a lady in your life?
Not the way I would want to.
That's what you call a go-getter. The man that has put the money before the relationship, he's advising her, hey, I'm locked in. Being in a relationship is going to do nothing but distract me, so I'm not going to be able to be the man that you want me to be.
What's the way you want to?
I would want to be able to make her a priority. I don't think I can do that.
So you're not scared of like missing out on the right girl? Let's say you meet me today and you think I'm the right girl and you're not going to talk to me because you don't have really a lot of time like to meet me, so you're not going to talk to me at all?
Well, if you're the right girl, but I treat you wrong because I don't necessarily have the time to devote to you that I wanted to, then I don't think I would do either of us a good service.
Standing 10 toes down. This is the mindset of a go-getter. This is why when you start chasing the money, the women start chasing you. Now, if he was to sit there and say, yeah, I want to take you out, I'm free, I'm not dating nobody, I'll treat you good as a man, she'll start losing interest because she knows that that man's focus could be broken at any given moment. What she's looking at now is a man who is focused on success. He's focused to where he want to be, his dreams. And he realizes, once I get to the top, I'm going to have a lot of options of women to choose from. But if you put a woman above your dreams, she's going to shorten how many women are going to want you. And before you know it, you're going to be broke, sad, and lonely with no women because you sat around and lost your enthusiasm and your dream because you got a girl that was giving you cheap attention.
That sounds really good. Usually guys are not like that. They kind of lie and they kind of act like, oh no, I have time for you. And then once they get what they want, they just kind of like disappear at that time.
I just wouldn't get involved. I don't think I'll be able to.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Oh, you want it?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, that sounds good.
So what do you do that makes you feel like you're too busy to be in a committed relationship?
He's grinding. You don't need to ask what he does for a living that makes him so busy to not be in a relationship. He could be working at McDonald's. He could be a mail carrier. He could be a truck driver. But if he wants to be the best and maximize the best and go high in whatever he's doing, he has to lock in and remove love off of his mind.
I'm just in transition right now. Okay. So I graduated from grad school last year. Got a job in the field I went to school for, but it's not necessarily
You're not fulfilled?
that, and it's not necessarily paying me what I would hope for it to. So I made enough connections in that industry to be able to like keep a foot in it while I have a job that can support me like financially as well.
Broke it down to her. I got a plan. I'm climbing up the ladder because I met some connections. I got to take advantage of this opportunity. But women go through phases where they want to be single, and when they want to get in a relationship, they automatically assume the guy that they're attracted to is going to like them back. And when it don't, he has to have a problem. Now they have to investigate. That's normally, when they find themselves investigating, they're going to be losing forever.
Research conducted a study that said 63% of men under age 30 would rather stay home and watch men go on a date. Men say they are getting their needs met without having to go on a date. Would men rather stay single than be with a woman is the question.
That's what they're saying, pretty much.
63% of men.
I think they're cheap.
Yeah, they just ain't got no money.
They don't have money, which you should get your money up before you start dating. So it is cheaper to sit home and beat your meat than actually go out and find actual women to hang out with.
I disagree.
Why? What do you think?
Is it what less of a headache to have to deal with a woman or something?
There it goes. Like, it's a headache. Now I gotta take you out. I gotta hear what you had to tell your whole day.
That's why you take out people you actually like, and then you don't feel that.
Yeah, but then what? I gotta get to know you first to like you, right?
Yeah.
So how do I get to know you?
Call on the
So you can.
Hey, listen, I'm married.
You always gotta say. Okay, so
I got these nigga problems.
if you wasn't married.
I'd probably beat him. I mean, 100 miles an hour.
I think most men just don't want to play the psychological game with women, but it's not saying that they're sitting at home on P-Hub. Is there a crowd doing that? Yes. But a lot of these dudes, they're just going to a whole nother country or they're traveling the world.
What happened to men pursuing girls? When was the pivotal moment that a man chose to not go after a girl anymore or put in any effort? It seems like guys can just put the bare minimum and not even really put in effort anymore. They don't really care to. Or they're like, why don't girls just go and make the first move and make the effort? When did it become a thing? Now it's like role reversal where they expect girls to be making the first moves, yearning for a guy and chasing him. That is, I feel like, the downfall of why it's so hard to meet someone, because men don't put in effort anymore or don't care to put in effort. And a relationship won't work unless the guy likes the girl just a tiny little bit more. He has to like her just the tiniest bit more for it to work in the long haul.
Why does the man have to always like you more? Women feel like they could just play hard to get, have a little attitude to make themselves feel desired. A man gets tired of the headache. If you like him, you have to show your appreciation for him too. You have to pursue him. Nowadays, it's got to work both ways because both sides are insecure.
So it would make sense if a guy really wanted to get to know you, that he would go leaps and bounds to get to know you. And when did that shift? Because back in my mom's era, if a guy wanted to take you out on a date, he had to go up to you, he had to get your number, he had to go through lengths to try to talk to you, even if you weren't interested at first. How my parents met? They met at a bar, and my dad asked for my mom to dance, and my mom was like, get out of here. She wanted nothing to do with him. If he had just left and listened to her, they would have never gone married, they would have never had kids. But he was persistent. He wanted to take her out on a date so badly. He was like, what do I have to do to take you out on a date? She was working late their first date, so he went to her work, picked her up, prepped a dinner, took her to a park, just planned the whole thing. He wrote her poetry. He was yearning. How my aunt and my uncle met. My aunt was a dancer on a cruise ship, and he was the photographer. And he was persistent. She overheard him one night saying to his buddy, he was like, I'm gonna marry that girl. He had just met her. And now they're married and they have 2 kids together. I don't hear anything like that now. Now we're praising eye contact. Now we're praising if a guy held a door open to us and smiled. That is what we're praising. It feels so backwards. I just wonder when it shifted. Because I feel like that is the whole downfall of why it's so hard to meet someone now. Because men just don't care anymore.
You gave them no choice but not to care. You're walking around like Thoughtbot saying you don't need a man. You're Miss Independent. Then one day you wake up after the age of 26 and you're like, oh my God, I really want to be married now. What's wrong with the men? Look at what you were doing in your earlier years. Men can now go on the internet. Hey, you want to go out? Hey, yeah or no? Ladies, you have hundreds of guys that are in your DM. Choose one. There's not one woman on this planet that should be complaining about a man that don't want her when you gain your confidence by posting photos, posting your body online so you can feel better. Now, go where your men are. They're in your comments. They're in your likes. Date a different guy every day of the week until one sticks.
I never get DMs from men. Or I do, but super rare. And obviously because my content is for girls, so I only talk to women. But when I do get DMs from men, I can see them. Like they stand out because I don't get them that often. Tell me why today I got a DM from a man and I was like, ooh, he's attractive from his profile picture, right? I don't usually open their profile picture, let alone accept the message request, but I go to his profile and I can see his pictures and he's like 35, maybe to 37, my cup of tea. But then I look at his profile and he's following 7,000 people.
What are you expecting? You just met the guy. He's doing the same thing everybody else doing, following and paying attention to everybody else's lifestyle. You're expecting to meet this guy. Everything starts going good off of a conversation, and all of a sudden he's supposed to be talking to less people so you feel special? How many guys are you following and how many guys are in your DM?
And only 200 people follow him. Why, men? Why? And I'm just like, I have 130,000 followers and I only follow 600 people. And I'm stingy with who I follow. And it's just the most unattractive thing ever. It just shows how much self-control they lack and discipline in how they are. And it's just like, you went from a 10 to a negative 5.
Because you realize you were not that special in that man's life.
There was a study done in the 90s, and what they found out, I think, still holds true today. So what they did is they took a group of women and high status t-shirt McDonald's, and then they asked, the men, okay, would you go to coffee with this person, go on a date, marry? And in all 3 categories, the guy didn't care. He's like, yes, sure, whatever. With women, it was a whole different story. Women went to the high status man for the majority of them. So that was for coffee, date, marriage. My takeaway on this is just goes along with the trends I've been seeing. So we are in this Kardashian culture and have been for, 10 years. I don't know how long they've been on. But this idea of perfection has just been kind of unseen before. I mean, before we had magazines, we knew they were kind of airbrushed, but what we see now, women are doing eyebrows, microblading, dermaplaning, eyelash extensions, hair extensions, lip fillers, cheek fillers, breast implants, butt implants, fat transfer, taking ribs out. I mean, literally women are taking their ribs out. So I think just the pressure and the unattainable beauty that they put on themselves, they're also putting that sort of unattainable image and desire on a guy as well.
And when you stop and look at most relationships that last and that are happy, both parties are not really supermodel attractive. Why do people keep thinking when you look good, it's gonna make you have the best life? Women feel if they look their best, they're gonna attract the best man and they're gonna create this power couple. But when you stop and look at the world, how many power couples are there that look good and have this Barbie doll lifestyle? None.
And that's why these guys are backing out, because guys know, that's crazy. We can't do all that. Some can. I mean, it's the small minority can do that, but for the majority of men, they're not going to be able to get to your high standards that you not only put on yourself, but you're putting on these men too. And I don't even know if women are aware that they're doing that. And if you think about it, it's really a beautiful thing that men will just kind of take you as you are. They don't need you to be high status, or they don't care where you work. If you work at McDonald's or you're making 6 figures and some executive of a company. But look at what we're doing to men. We want them to just be everything. It's unattainable. They're getting out of the market, and rightfully so. I even asked my brother about this. I said, hey, is this true? Men don't care? He's like, 1,000%. Men could give 2 shits. And I was like, that's going to be a topic then. So anyways, guys, follow for more. Comment below what you think, or, even ask your friends, talk about their experience, and leave it in the comments. Because I think we're on to something.
You're on to the fact that men have been pointing out a woman's delusion for a very long time, because men have no standards but peace and quiet in the relationship. Women are watching Instagram, they're watching movies, and being that they're so emotional, they jump inside of these make-believe worlds. And then when they jump out of the world, they're like, hey, why is everybody acting like this? It's like, sweetheart, you've been in La La Land. I keep telling women, it's only a sad place for you after the age of 26, because you're not going to have those quality men chasing you no more. It's just going to be these weak simps that you're getting tired of over and over again. And then when you get 35, typically you'll be alone forever. You may get a gym habit, but most of you don't end up getting married. You just end up being weekend sex objects for single men coming out of relationships.